Hello, folks. Welcome back to the BS Rugby channel. And it has finished down at the Principality. Wales 9, France 13. A pretty awful game of rugby. But here's my quick match reaction to the game and also my review of the match. As always, before we do get into it, I'd massively appreciate it if you could like the video, comment your thoughts down below on the game. Where did it go wrong for Wales? What did France do well? What can be improved on? And of course, hit the subscribe button as well as we push towards 3,000 subs. Free to do. And we've got lots of content tomorrow with the two games. And let's start the game. France got an early try through Yelong. Some really good work from them going in the corner. But from then on, really, the game was a really, really tough watch. Wales tried to use the kicking game to an extent, looking to try and pin France back in their own 22, in their own half. And to me, while we were doing the watch along for this game, thank you to those who joined, by the way, it seemed as if it really was a question of containment. Can we contain the likes of these two? Can we contain Dupont? Can we contain Untamak? Not what could we do to hurt France? But to an extent, I've got to give credit, except for the first 15 minutes or so, the kicking game did begin to work. We were able to pin them back. We stopped kicking loosely. We got a few 50-22s. But again, we just didn't look particularly threatening. And really, the only opportunity in that first half, we got into the French 22, some good momentum. And Kieran Hardy box kicks it. It's clearly a training ground move, but he clearly box kicks it in the French 22. And that pretty much was the only time, really, we were in their 22 and really with decent ball. And it seemed like when we got into the French 22, we really lacked ideas and what to do. We seemed to really lack those ideas and unsure of what the game plan was, how we're going to break this French team down. And for Wales now, I mean, obviously the Six Nations was gone before this game, but you really wanted to see us attack the game a little bit more. It seemed like we were worried that if we did try and attack a little bit too much, we could potentially get isolated. France could turn it over, and we know counter-attacking that they're a really dangerous proposition. From a French perspective, not a pretty performance whatsoever. The one try for them, as I said, for Yelong, Jaminet kicking a couple of penalties. But comfortable for them, really, really comfortable for them in terms of defence. Probably didn't get the flow of the game that they would have wanted, didn't get the likes of Dupont dictating the game and Tamak dictating the game. But I've got to give credit to them. At the breakdown, they were superior. At the scrum, they were pretty dominant, and they just managed to control the game in the most important areas. Once again, though, lots of questions marks have to be asked of the coaching team for Wales. What are the next steps? What was the game plan tonight in an attacking sense? It was a tough watch to see. Of course, though, the tension now does turn to Italy, and it'll be interesting to see how many changes are in for that. Let me know in the comments how many changes you would like to see. And then from a French perspective, of course, they welcome England to Twickenham on the final game of the Six Nations. They, of course, are chasing that Grand Slam now. They'll believe that they can win that at home at the Stade de France, and they'll take on England, who, of course, play against Ireland tomorrow night. For Wales, the standout players, it's really tough to pick anyone. I thought when Louis Rees-Zammit came off the bench, he had actually ran with the ball and looked potentially a little bit dangerous. From a French perspective, I thought Marchand was brilliant at the breakdown. Dante had the breakdown as well, but it certainly wasn't the free-flowing game that we wanted to see tonight. But as I said, France on for the Grand Slam, so congratulations to them. They deserve this win. Don't forget then tomorrow, folks, you can join me live for a couple of watch-alongs. Italy against Scotland. Coverage starts at 2 with kickoff at 2:15. So join me live for that. And then following that, we're going to do England against Ireland, the big one from Twickenham, 4:30. With kickoff at 4:45. So feel free to join me for them as well. As always, make sure, of course, hit the like button, comment your thoughts down below. Where did it go wrong for Wales? What can France do better out of England? What can Wales do better? And of course, hit that subscribe button as we push towards 3,000 subscribers. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rugby of the weekend. Make sure to follow all my socials, link down below. And I will see you tomorrow for the 2 watch-alongs. Take it easy and peace.